In the last vlog, we had an epic time exploring NUSA PENIDA, but it was now time for us to make our way back to the main island of Bali and head to Ubud, which is located in the mountainous region of the island. Right, we got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, slowly.
So depending on where you're coming from, and if traffic is going smooth, it's about an hour and a half by car to Ubud from most parts of Denpasar. Ubud is known for being the cultural heartland of Bali, as well as the beautiful nature that surrounds it. Because of that, it's also one of the most popular places to travel on the island and is home to countless rice fields, waterfalls, lush green nature, and many amazing places to eat. Wow, look at this, guys. And this happened, which didn't let up for a while, so that pretty much sealed our fate for today. Ubud is at a much higher elevation, so it does see a lot more rain than most parts of Bali, and it can get noticeably cooler at times. We took the opportunity to rest up because tomorrow we have a local guide lined up for an all-day trip to some waterfalls, temples, and some rice fields. Good morning, guys. We are now about to meet our driver here, and we're about to head out on our trip.
Hop on a ride there.
And we met up with our driver here.
Hey, good morning.
We arranged our local guide through our Airbnb host beforehand, and they can range anywhere from 500 to 700,000 rupiah depending on where you're going, and the prices are usually negotiable. Our first stop was the Sari Dewi Gold and Silver, which is known for its wide selection of custom-made jewelry. While you're there, you can watch them demonstrate their craftsmanship as they put together some intricate pieces of jewelry and learn about the process about how it's made. We were hoping this place would have a workshop where we could make our own rings, but unfortunately it turns out that you have to go all the way to Cinnamon to do that at a place called Ayung Silver. But if you're just looking to simply buy some decent handmade jewelry or arts, everything in the shop was locally sourced material with some pretty reasonable prices that can be negotiated. With that said, we didn't spend too much time there as the waterfalls were waiting for us. Ubud has a lot of waterfalls, so make sure you do your research on which ones you want to see and let your driver know. We're just arriving to our first waterfall, which would be Suwat Waterfall.
You have arrived.
Suwat Waterfalls is located in Gianyar, which is about half an hour's drive from Ubud, and is one of the few waterfalls that isn't completely overrun with mass tourism yet. There will be a 15,000 rupiah entrance fee, and it's a 5-minute hike down which will take you through a beautiful bamboo forest and the lush tropical jungle leading to where the natural pool is. Okay, so we just got down here to the bottom. It's actually a pretty short hike down, it's not too bad. The pool is definitely swimmable, and behind the waterfall you can climb up to a cave with a small cliff that you can jump from. The next waterfall we're headed to is called Tibumana Waterfall, which is a 20-minute drive north in the Gianyar Regency. This waterfall is very picturesque with a curtain-like feature to it that looks like something out of a fairy tale and is very swimmable. When you get to the parking area, you'll need to pay a 15,000 rupiah entrance fee, and it's a 15-minute walk through some gorgeous rice fields leading into the jungle. And like most places in Bali, you'll have to deal with some stairs, which has pretty much become a ritual for us. Once you've reached the bottom of the valley, you'll be on the last stretch, which crosses some bridges. Just follow the water upstream until you see the basin getting filled with the beautiful Tibumana Waterfall. It used to be one of the hidden gems, but it has gotten increasingly popular over time, so if you're looking to beat the crowds, the best time to visit is earlier in the morning. It's a great place to relax on a hot day and cool off in the water. As nice as the waterfalls were, it was time to move on to the next stop, which was the Pura Empul, which translates to Holy Spring Water, is one of the largest and busiest temples in Bali, and is dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, who is god of the water. The temple was built in 926 AD on top of natural crystal clear springs that consist of holy purification pools, each containing several fountains, which is used by devoted locals and non-locals to bathe in it to purify their soul and wash away their sins. So when you go here, I believe it's about a 20,000 rupiah per person, and that also includes a sarong. The temple is quite big and contains several parts. The first part you'll see is the Jaba Pura, which is the front yard. This is where you can see the sacred tree and rent your sarong and enter the temple. Once you pass through there, you'll be entering the Java Tenga, which is the main part of the temple that has the holy purification pools. There are 30 different fountains and 2 different pools, and if you wish to partake, you'll need to be wearing your sarong. And the last part is called the Jerome, which is less crowded with locals and mostly tourists, which has another spring filled with koi fish and various different shrines scattered throughout. Going through here, all past end at a gift shop. And as we found out, it wasn't just a gift shop, but a giant maze of various shops that you'll need to find your way out of before you can get back to the main parking lot. We probably spent a good 20 to 25 minutes finding our way out. Once we finally escaped the labyrinth of shops, we made our way to the last stop of the trip, which was the iconic Tegallalang rice terrace. The Tegallalang rice terraces, also known as the Ceking Terrace, is one of the most beautiful and popular attractions to visit on the island. Tegallalang is about a 30-minute drive from Ubud, and there's a 50,000 rupiah entrance fee, which is about $3. The best entry point is through the Ceking, and there's a hike that you can take around the entire area, but we opted out of this as we're pretty tired from the day and was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. The trail is also much steeper than it looks, so you'll be in for quite the workout if you decide to hike the full area. The next day we set out to go whitewater rafting on the Ayung River. We also did an ATV trip later that day as well. But sadly, the GoPro did not survive the entire rafting journey, so the ATV riding was not recorded, but I highly recommend doing both. We'd arranged everything through our Airbnb host, who got us an amazing deal on the rafting and ATV package. You can do either or get it as a package deal, which usually gets you a better price. So definitely check in with your Airbnb host and compare prices with the tour operator, as your host can usually negotiate a much better deal than booking directly with the operator.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Whitewater rafting was an amazing experience and would highly recommend anyone that wants to try it for the first time to do it here in Bali. It wasn't as difficult as it looks, and the guides do an excellent job of looking after you. As much as I wanted to show the ATV riding, that is when I found out the GoPro had a serious leak, and unfortunately it fried. Thankfully the SD card was okay, and I had an Instago 2 as a backup at the villa. I hope you enjoyed this amazing journey through the beautiful landscapes and cultural treasures of Bali. From the stunning rice terraces and lush forests to the rich culture and delicious food, there's something for everyone in Ubud. Stay tuned for the next one while we explore more of Ubud, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below.